that was the first time I was away from Rocket for 7 days. I've never been that far away from him for such a long time. Like, I'll fly for work and then come back 2 days later. I think I've done 3 days at max. But yeah, that was the first time, wasn't it? And it was okay. I mean, I think because we're always going to and from people that work and have kids and stuff, we kind of get used to it. Like, he goes to school Mondays to Fridays. He's with Mary Jane on
Mondays
Thursdays.
and Fridays, not Mondays to
Mondays
Friday.
and Fridays, sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, it wasn't bad, but I did crave him by the end. Oh my God, I was like, I need to see my son.
And it's been so nice being back and spending time with him, because he didn't have school yesterday because it was Easter Monday.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to actually just spend the day with him. And then kind of similar today, he's sleeping right now. That's why we have grasped the opportunity to dive into the studio and record some of these episodes for you. I think that the coolest things that we did for your birthday, we went on a hot air balloon.
We went on a hot air balloon, which was...
I shat myself.
No, you didn't. You didn't. There was no shit anywhere.
I absolutely was crapping my pants. Because you're essentially in a freaking food basket floating 10,000 feet in the air with 12 tons of air inside a giant balloon above your head, and a guy is almost setting it on fire every 5 minutes.
He literally is, and the whole time you're like, don't set on fire, don't set on fire. Because apparently the parachute, I looked up some facts afterwards, it works as a parachute, the balloon.
Okay, yeah.
If the gas runs out, it'll just float down, and the fastest it can go is like 9 miles per hour.
So you just get boom, you just like hit the ground, but it wouldn't be horrendous.
No, and apparently they are so rare accidents. Normally when they hit something, that's when it's kind of crazy, when it actually hits. So, yeah, it's a great place to do it. They say Atlas Mountains is the safest place to do air balloon. I would recommend it. I don't think we need to do it again for a while. If we did it again, I'd like to get a group of us and do it alone, because, I mean, we were going to do it alone, but all these people joined us. It was really odd. We had about 60 people just wanting to rock up and join us.
We were like sardines, basically, shoved into this balloon.
I wish we had it for ourselves.
I know, if we had it for ourselves.
Still so expensive. I can't understand.
It's crazy expensive.
To my head, I'm like, there's no way. There is no freaking way I can put my mind to how much that would be if it was just you and me.
It was £200 each to go on this hot air balloon for an hour. And I believe there were 5, 10, 15, 20 people, 20 tourists on the balloon.
Squeezed into that motherfucker.
So yeah, they made a cool £4,000 off us.
£2 in the jar.
They made a cool £4,000 off out of each flight in Morocco. It's an incredible experience though. Like, we were up at 4 a.m. We got picked up. It's still dark. You get driven to this area in the middle of a field where they have this big tent. You have coffee. They get you on the balloon, and then after you kind of descend and come back down, they give you breakfast and stuff. So it's a nice experience. It is obviously still very expensive, but you know, it's a once in a lifetime thing. You know, being in a hot air balloon over the Atlas Mountains. The only thing that I wish would have been different is that if the weather was clearer, because we didn't really get to see much. It was very overcast.
Yeah, I mean, it was 5:45 in the morning, but so by the afternoon, I feel like the sky burns off, like all that.
Yeah, they burnt all the clouds off, right?
Apparently so. So yeah, that's the sitch. So we're having a problem with the camera at the moment where it like zooms in and tries to focus on us, and then it goes blurry. So if we have gone blurry, I'm so sorry. We are working
on it.
Yeah, we're in the midst of getting a new lens. It affected this whole YouTube we did the other day. Yeah. So besties with Brit. How is Brittany? As I apparently talk about her all the time.
You're asking me about Britney Spears. I don't know. The one thing I do know is that yesterday I heard you listening to some weird ass video, and then you went, "Oh my God, Britney," and I was like, "What was it?" And you never told me. So what happened? There was some crazy video yesterday.
Oh no, she was just talking about what was it?
We're talking about Britney Spears every week on this podcast. People are like, why do they give a shit about Britney Spears?
Right? It was put in. She turns around and she goes, "I woke up this morning, my skin was so dry. After visiting a couple of exotic locations recently, I had to coat my body in lotion at night. It's so beautiful out, and I want to get out more. Paps are everywhere, but not nearly as bad as it is in LA, though. My car broke down the other day and I got out telling Sam, that's her husband, to come on my side, and the paps were just there taking pics. I looked like an idiot. My facial expression, the way I was leaning over, the pooch in my stomach, it was horrible because they got a pic of me in a helpless situation. So, of course, I had to protect myself. I don't know why she has to explain herself.
She's literally written an essay.
I went out with a friend and same thing. It didn't look like my body. By no means I'm saying my body's perfect, but I took time 2 months ago to find a trainer, and the first thing she did to me was literally, and I'm not even lying, pinch the skin on my stomach and legs and told me I need to get my younger body back. Why the hell did she do that? It made me cry, and I obviously didn't hire her.
Whoa.
I work out for 45 minutes 3 times a week, and that's it. I hate working out too long. I'm sharing this because I've worked so hard to get in shape, yet I don't look like the pictures that the paps take. God knows my body isn't perfect, but I didn't want to share what my body looks like at the moment. I work my ass off, and for some people like that, trainer who might see some nasty pap pics and secretly smile, yep, y'all got it. I have 4 hours of footage from me shooting this yesterday, and bitch, I'm just getting started. Hand in the jar.
Oh my God. But she... Who teaches her about, like, eyeliner? Is the only thing, like, I don't give a shit about makeup. I don't care about, like, you know, do your makeup however you want to do it. There's so many ways to do your makeup.
I think she tattoos it.
She just has her eyes look awful.
I think she tattoos
And I know nothing about makeup.
Yeah.
And even I know, like, girl, sort your eyes out.
I know.
I'm so sorry, Britt. Because I know you've had it rough with paps, with family, with everything and anything, but my lord, please just sort your eyes out, boy.
Anyway, yeah, so that's all in Britney's world. Not a lot to report.
Yeah, I don't think that I've really seen you talking about her much. Obviously, when we were on holiday, I don't know if you were watching stuff of hers, but we were chilling on holiday. You were reading Harry's book.
There.
What have you actually genuinely thought of it? Because I haven't really asked you about it.
It's exactly what I thought it would be. I've met Harry a few times, so I kind of know what he's like anyway.
Oh, damn.
What?
You dropped that name. Do you want to pick it up?
What?
Met Harry a few times, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shut up. So, I kind of know what he was like anyway. And I've never really been a massive fan of William, to be honest. I've always been Team Harry and Meghan.
Okay.
And anyway...
There's a lot of people that are going to disagree with you, so that's cool.
That's cool. Everyone's due an opinion, and I have an opinion. So
that's very true.
Yeah, I like the book. It's very army-based. So, for instance... heavily into the army and his life. Like, I'm this bit away from the end.
And it's all just been army.
And it's all been army.
Has it been a bit boring then?
Mum.
You?
For me, I think somebody who's in the army would probably actually kind of find it interesting and who likes autobiographies. So there's that tiny bit left of actually the current situation and what's happening.
Oh, okay.
Situations that he was in, the wedding day, if you want to get the facts, don't go to the press or the Daily Mail, go to the horse's mouth and listen to it. Don't go to a biography, go to an autobiography, because it will say it how it is. So yeah, I just exactly thought, what I thought in my mind was exactly what the book is.
But like a documentary, biographies or autobiographies they're very, you know, they are in themselves very biased, because obviously everything's from his point of view, which is totally fine because that's what they're designed to be like. But then, you know, he might be only telling you certain facts from his experience, because the other facts that also align with that circumstance make him look like an idiot or bad. So you do have to trust, obviously, what comes out of the horse's mouth to a degree, but then also remember that he's leaving out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, of course. But the thing is everybody is due their opinion, and I'm sure William has his say, but he'll never want to say it because the palace won't let him. So it's what you deal with, you know. One thing that was quite sad is he says he never really dealt with his mother's death. He only ever cried twice about it, and then he went to see a therapist and it all came out, which is very understandable considering the situation. Like, he was told in his bed that his mum had passed away, then his dad left the bedroom and he just laid there. Surely if you passed away, or if I passed away, I would expect you to not leave my son's side until he was ready to be okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
as
yeah,
a parent,
totally.
that is just heart-wrenching. But it's the way they live and that's the way he was brought up. Everybody's brought up so differently. So it's kind of that part of it is sad, because I think this, like what I was saying about life, you always remember these parts in your life that happened, like global changes, like the Twin Towers when they went down, when COVID hit and Boris did the announcement, and when Princess Diana died. We all remember where we were at that point in time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Comparatively, this has been a very different kind of episode for us.
Yeah, it's been really personal.
It has, and it's been like quite deep. We talk about
It's
quite a
not
lot of
deep. Oh, as
We were
if.
talking about death. We were talking about Britney basically having another physical meltdown. We were talking about our holiday and what we didn't enjoy about it. We need a bit of a sprightliness into this, I think. We need to end on a high. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about
how bloody good Red Dead Redemption 2 is, because
for
I am
goodness
just
sake.
so into it right now, and it is absolutely giving me life. The storyline, the cinematography, the gameplay, everything. I'm giving you chef's kiss right now. Mwah.
Anyway, guys, if you would like a certain somebody, a certain parent, or a certain scientist on this podcast.
Scientist?
Yeah, like they could be a
Do
parenting
you really
scientist.
do you think you could hold your own in a conversation with a scientist?
You need to chill out. Honestly, if you have somebody that you know would be great for this podcast that we should interview, please let us know in the comment section, and remember to rate it and give it a high five. That means 5 stars. High five me. I did that better than last week. God, last week was actually a shit show.
Oh, God. What's going on?
Right, I need to F off as Barney needs to do his don't tell mum situation. I wonder if you even have one this week, because we haven't been with Rocket for the week.
I don't have one this week, other than... I actually don't know. I don't think we do. We haven't seen him, and we've been together so much.
Is there something I don't know?
I'm going to be PMB. I'm going to be premenstrual Barney soon if you don't get out of my face.
Oh my God. Is there something you did on holiday that I wasn't allowed to know?
That you weren't allowed to know.
Like farted in the sheets and then blamed me for it. He does that a lot.
You definitely do that a lot. Something died under the duvet the other day. I don't know what happened
See?
there.
He does it. And then he puts humour towards an awkward situation to make
I'm
himself
not
feel better.
awkward. I don't mind talking about farting. If I
That's
did a
what he
gnarly fart, I would
does.
talk about it.
All right, matey.
I don't think anything happened on Holly Bob's that, other than just me fixing your wedgies in your new bikini. You would like fall asleep on the sunbeds, not on the sunbeds, on the sun loungers by the pool, and you would always have a wedgie, so I'd just
Well,
fix
I'm
it.
sorry my ass is so beautifully
Your
curved.
arse is so beautiful. I'll take that.
Thank you, my love. Right, I'm going to go, and you're going to do a shush, don't tell mum.
Oh, am I? Okay, I need to figure this out. So I think that something that's been happening as of late is that me and Jamie have been having this Mexican standoff with the Tommy Tippy bin. And the Tommy Tippy bin is like a baby nappy bin. It's essentially you just fill the bin with used nappies until it kind of starts getting towards the top, and then you have to take it out. We've been Mexican standing off, I believe, because there is no bin liner in the Tommy Tippy nappy bin at the moment. So we've just been putting it in the hole, and it is stinking up his room, something fierce. And normally I'm in charge of the bins, but I want to see how long it's going to take until she actually either says something or does it herself. And no one said anything yet, and his room smells like shit. So I'll keep you updated. And don't forget to don't tell mum. Shh, don't tell mum.